Welcome back to Unfoolish Investing, everybody, where we help you make smart moves in uncertain times. And what's more uncertain than right now? I'm your host, Victor, and today, let's talk about the tariff bombshell that just shook Wall Street. The S&P 500 has dropped 12% in just 4 days. 4 days. Apple down 23%. Apple. The Dow lost 4,500 points. We're now inches, not feet, from a bear market. So what happened? And more importantly, what should you do, unfoolish investors, in these uncertain times? Let's get into it, shall we? President Trump announced sweeping tariffs on 86 countries. That much we know. I think he even tariffed some penguins. Feel for them. So take effect at midnight tonight. I hope the penguins make it. These include 104% tariffs on Chinese imports. Chinese imports, where the majority of our stuff comes from. So what's China going to do? The same right back at us. Other nations like Canada are already announcing retaliatory tariffs. 25% on US-made vehicles. That market has gone completely into panic mode. And by doing so, the S&P 500 is now down 12%. The Dow Jones down 4,500 points. NASDAQ down 13%. Apple down 23%. Worst 4-day stretch since 2000. Repeat, worst 4-day stretch since 2000. It's been 25 years since Apple's had 4 days this bad. This just isn't about tariffs. It's about uncertainty. Unfoolish investors. Markets hate surprises. And we're seeing a perfect storm of geopolitical tensions, inflation concerns, and complete overreaction. Sound familiar? We saw similar panic in early 2020. And guess who was in charge then? And guess what was going on? That's right. The market came back though, right? It did. Nearing a bear market though, which is defined. Let's take a step back. A bear market is defined as 20% drop from highs. We're currently at 19%. 19% from where we were in December. Tech and consumer goods have been the hardest hit, which where I think is pretty much where most Americans are spending most of their money, outside of the grocery store. Global supply chains are likely to face major pressure in the coming weeks and months. Customs enforcement kicks in at midnight tonight. That's right, midnight tonight. So we're just looking out, right? We're not just looking at higher prices at the store. We're looking at a strategic reshuffling of all global trade. This will affect shipping, logistics, labor costs, and maybe even inflation. But don't forget, markets are forward-looking, right? They're looking into the future. They price in fear before the facts hit. So what I'm asking you to do right now in this time, unfoolish investors, is stay calm, right? Volatility is here, but do not sell. Historically, markets rebound, sometimes stronger after these events. If you're diversified, you're safer than you think. That means you're in index funds like VOO. You're buying our core QQQM. You're buying Berkshire B before you buy any other stocks. Great companies are on sale right now. What did we just talk about? Apple, down 23%. That is a sale. That's a reason to get up. That's a reason to get out of bed. That's a reason to drive to the store. 23% off an item. I'm buying that. If you're long-term, as I know all you unfoolish investors are, stay the course. If you're sitting on cash right now, this could be a huge buying opportunity. Carefully though, very carefully. This is not the time to panic sell, right? Unfoolish investors do not panic sell. That's what foolish investors do. Unfoolish investors take a breath, review their plan, and maybe, just maybe, let's go bargain hunting. Remember, in 2020, the market cratered, absolutely cratered, and then it soared. What changed? Sentiment. Sentiment changed. Be smarter than the fear. I know you can do it. So what to watch for next? Federal Reserve minutes are coming out Wednesday. this could influence interest rate expectations. Look for signs of negotiations or pullback on tariffs. I don't know if they're going to be coming anytime soon. I really don't, but they could. China, are they going to block first? Is the U.S. going to see the pain first? Will they both come to the table and find some middle ground? But we need to monitor global responses, especially from Canada, China, and the EU. So with that, all eyes tomorrow are on the Fed, but also on the headlines from overseas. If one major country flinches or makes a deal, we could see a rally. The markets move fast in both ways. I think we saw that today. Up 1,300 points before it finished the day down 300 points. But again, why? Uncertainty and fear over what China's going to do, over what Trump and the administration are going to do. Will they pause before midnight or won't they? So tariffs are scary. I get it. Market drops are scarier because they're so quick. But staying informed and staying calm, that's power. That's the unfoolish investing way. Whether this turns into full-blown bear market, which we haven't seen in years, or a quick rebound, remember, the goal isn't to time the market, it's time in the market. How many times have we said this? Thanks for listening to Unfoolish Investing. If you found this helpful, share it with someone who might be panicking right now. We'll see you next time. Until then, damn the fear. Save your future. Stay unfoolish.